to introduce Dr. Mustafa Saasa, who is a prominent Indian business leader, philanthropist, excuse me, and corporate speaker. As chairman of Raj Group of Companies, he carries a legacy of over 65 years in global business. He will take the stage to address us. Please give him a warm welcome.
Thank you. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It is with great honor and pride I stand in front of you in today's very historic celebration of 53rd UAE National Day in magnificent Abu Dhabi University campus. I extend my gratitude to Dr. Anas and Ms. Diva and the entire team, who made it possible today. As we were discussing, on a session on leadership, and it coincided with the celebration of UAE National Day. I will just, I'm sure many of you are the UAE nationals. How many UAE nationals over here? Okay, and okay, wonderful. And expats over here? Okay, rest of them are all expats. So, as you cannot even imagine if I take you in a flashback 65 years, what this region was and what it has come up. Right now, a lot of theories and the studies are taken place for the pyramids of the Egypt. Some says it is made like this, some say it is made like this. There are theories where the aliens have made it. But what the testimony is that it's standing tall in Egypt. My father came in this region. When I say region, because it was not UAE that time. It was in 1958. He landed in a small airport in Sharjah. And when he landed over there, it was a Royal Air Force small airport over there. And upon his arrival, he realized that there is no water supply, no electricity, no roads, of course, no cars, and no airport what Dubai is famous for now. Dubai is one of the most beautiful airport in the world. Currently, a lot of people transit Dubai just as a tourist of the airport tourist. So there's no airport that time. And he came from Bahrain. He was in Bahrain from 1944 to 1958. And those days, Bahrain was much developed than what this region was, Dubai was, or even Abu Dhabi at that time. And my father's uncles, they have a business for more than 150 years in Bahrain. Even India was much advanced in 1958 compared to this region that time. We had our airline, train, telephone, air condition, roads, cars, everything. So I used to ask my father, what made you stay in UAE? At that time, Dubai and that region, it was called a two shell states, without basic civil amenities. So he used to tell me that, we had a vision this place will grow. As a child, I could not resonate what he's saying. Because, alhamdulillah, we have been grown up with all the amenities. We cannot even imagine one day of a power off, or one day of a water supply is disrupted. So I just took his word that way. In 2004, I studied I did two masters in criminology and emotional intelligence. And later on, I did my PhD in leadership. While I was doing my studies in research in the leadership, I studied all the great leaders of the world, And that time I realized the great leadership vision of His Highness Sheikh Rashid and His Highness Sheikh Zayed. And I wrote in my thesis that vision is seeing the invisible. People saw as a very small village. And when I say village, it was actually a village. You can walk around Dubai in, let's say, 2-3 hours, you are done. And from that to this magnificent city, and one of the most talked city in the world, is the result of a vision of a great leader. I will narrate one example. It was in mid-90s. I was in Houston airport and I gave my credit card. That time, if you remember, we had a credit card with a picture on it, photo on it. And it was new because prior to 90s, only American Express and Diners Club, those were the two cards, which were in fashion. And this Visa and Master came in the early 90s. So I gave my card and the lady asked me from which place this credit card is. Because it was something written in Arabic as well. So I said from Dubai. She asked me, where is Dubai? I said in UAE. And she asked me, where is UAE? I said next to Saudi Arabia. Because they know Saudi well in US. Now, anywhere in the world, we go and say we are from Dubai, the first thing they say is wow. So that wow effect has been created and that has attracted the tourist, the businessman and investors. So again, when we talk about vision, it was the vision of His Highness Sheikh Rashid that people saw it as a small village, and His Highness saw as a beautiful city coming out of it. And the beauty of this vision is, it was not only His Highness vision, but every person living in Dubai were aligned with that vision. So alignment of the vision is very, very important. Normally, what happens, the strategies are being taken on the top. The board decides the strategy or the top leadership decides the strategies. But it's very important how it disseminates to the last person in the society, if it is a company, in the company, without diminishing its values. Otherwise, what happens? That vision on the top is a fantastic creation of the board or the leadership. But by the time it goes down, like a Chinese whisper, it changes its shape and form. And a complete different message, is being taken at the in the bottom of the pyramid. But here, every person was aligned with that. I don't know how many of you know what was now EN, which was previous Etisalat. Prior to Etisalat, what was the name of that company? If anyone knows over here, it was called Cable and Wireless. So when it came as a phone, it was in Dera, because everything was in Dera and a part of Burdubai, where the Sheraton Hotel is in Dera. That next to that was the power plant, and the first power plant which came there, and it was called Cable and Wireless, and then the name was given as Etisalat. And from that journey, from communicating with telepathy to the most advanced form of communication right now with 5G and data transmitting at the speed of the light, is a magnificent journey. His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid took Dubai to a pinnacle. But His Highness Sheikh Rashid, he built five foundations: Dubai Airport, International Airport, Dubai Port, Dry Dock, Jebel Ali, and World Trade Center. These are the five pillars His Highness Sheikh Rashid made on which the Dubai is standing now. And all of them are iconic landmarks. Dry Dock is one of its kind in the region. Dubai Port, then Sheikh Rashid Port, which was then turned to Dubai Port and now DP World. Iconic, magnificent Jebel Ali Port, which is the world's largest man-made port, anchoring more than 80 mother vessels coming over here. World Trade Center, that landmark itself was such a monumental structure that when we used to come from Jebel Ali, and it was a barren desert and a small lane, the moment we see World Trade Center, we realize now we are near to Dubai. And while going to Jebel Ali, on the cliff of a small peak of Jebel Ali, there was an antenna, still there now, but hidden by the large structures. So when we see that, okay, now we are near to Jebel Ali. So the landmark and the old pictures, what you see, the 33-story building, tall, and that was the tallest building in the country. How many of you are aware of the TV channel which was called Channel 33? You, of course. So there was a TV channel in Dubai which was called Channel 33. That was the only channel. And we used to watch every Thursday evening, they used to telecast an Indian movie. An Indian movie was around 4 hours long because every 15 minutes there was a 5 minutes advertisement. So it used to take, but we used to eagerly wait for that. Now, since only you know about what Channel 33 was telecasted over here, but why it was given name Channel 33? Why not any other number and 33? Because on the World Trade Center, where the World Trade Center Club is right now, on the 33rd floor, that was a studio from where it was telecasted. So it was called Channel 33. And that was the tallest building, and the last floor was 33. So, from there to Netflix, and every information, every movie, every documentary in your palm is a magnificent journey. I mentioned about pyramids because right now when we see the pyramids, we really feel that even if in the current world to make something like this is a challenge, because 1.5 ton, 2 tons each stone, to put it into an order, and it was not just put on a stack. It is with every precise scientific architecture. It has been designed and made. So even today, it's attracting millions of tourists. So I mentioned pyramid because one of my good friend from US, he is a architecture town planner. When he came to Dubai, and I gave him a tour, and I told him that first freehold building was built in Marina in 2000 or 2001. And all what you see is a development of last 25 years. So he said, Mustafa, it is impossible. I think some aliens have done this. It's impossible by the human mind and a human vision to do this. So I am thinking that maybe down the road, 100, 200, 500 years, people will come to see the city of Dubai. It's all the monumental structures. And each one of them has been meticulously designed. And the pinnacle, what I see, is the Museum of the Future. I could not even imagine, how it was conceptualized, created, and executed. And it's one of the most iconic structure. So, dear friends, In leadership, the vision is very important. And along with the vision, execution is, as His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid, he has said that, vision without execution is a dream. And we dream so many things every of our sleep. But execution and everything has been built on time in Dubai. May it be metro, may it be the world's tallest structure. I have honor to meet a lot of leadership around the world, and I'm widely traveled more than almost 130 countries. And wherever we go, we have a habit to give gift to the visitors we meet over there, or the host we meet over there. We used to take some earlier. It was like 7 cents of UAE was a frame I have gifted to many. But for last 5-7 years, my always a gift is His Highness book, Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid, My Vision. It is such a wonderful book, inspiring everything what you see Dubai today is. And in that, His Highness has mentioned about the Jabal Ali. Many a time we feel that these are made out of context, or these are made disproportionate to our requirement. But then when you connect the dots, it was the right thing to be done that time. Thus, everything boils down on the leadership. Now, if you go back 60-70 years back in the Arabian Peninsula, most of the cities were on the same level. And the Dubai has come up as an icon. It's purely because of the leadership. And people around the world trusted and believed in the leadership of His Highness. And that's why, we see such transformation happening in Dubai. Earlier, I know, when we wanted to go off-road for a desert drive, it was 5 kilometers and the desert starts. Now, if you want to go off-road, it's at least 25-30 kilometers we have to drive. So the urbanization has magnanimous taken shape and form, and every community is built with a purpose, with meticulous designing, and a lot of greenery. Many places in Dubai, when you go there, you don't feel like that you are in some city of Arabia. You feel you are in the forest or in the green areas of some place. So this plantation, this greenery, and everything has been done in proportion to the ecosystem where people can thrive and prosper. Of course, challenges are always there in life, and especially the final year students. And today, as most respected Dr. Anas mentioned, that few of the students, it's the last day today. Last day of my university days, if I recall. So we were so pumped up that okay, now our academic life is over, and now we are going in the real world, and we'll just conquer the world. Everybody is so energetic, but of course there is a bit of disconnect between the academic world and the real world. And many a time I have seen that in the real world, when you go, you encounter failures, then you get depressed. But I'm happy that Abu Dhabi University does not only disseminate knowledge in the students, it gives wisdom as well. Because that's very important. We all are privileged to see Burj Khalifa. And I don't think that any person in the world have not seen it, at least in the picture. So what we see is a 170-story structure, tall structure standing. What we can't see is on the foundation it is standing. So the foundational values are very important. And that's what, the university and the uh, uh, and especially the Abu Dhabi University, I was been told that, in the curriculum and everything, it has been embedded. Many of the local students are coming, and with these studies, they go on the higher ranks in the society, in the government. If I tell you something, when in 1971, when the UAE was formed as a country, they had to send ambassadors all around the world. And at that time, there were very less PhD in the country. Among locals, I'm talking. It was in single digit. Now, I'm so happy to see that every second UAE national is extremely knowledgeable, and many of them are pursuing PhDs. And learning is a continuous, their motto in life. And that has really transformed the UAE as a society, because it has taken a path of knowledge, and knowledge built society always sustains. You cannot sell fish in the ocean. You have to make him learn to catch the fish. So that's what, the government has really invested in the knowledge based and created a knowledge based economy. And when we talk about challenges, there is no better example than Dubai, what we see in the world. Almost 6-7 months in Dubai, the weather is, if not uncomfortable, it is not even comfortable. So in such weather condition, to create a tourist destination is not so easy. But Dubai made it. So there are summer tourists, because we have DSS, Dubai shopping surprise. So that is happening in all the malls, and that is attracting tourists around the world. Though outside temperature may be plus more than 45, but still you see tourists coming in. In UAE, when you build a structure, any construction and structure, it's normally you can't go much vertical because there is no bedrock for the piling to be done. But Dubai made the world's tallest building and shown that nothing is impossible. As such, the Middle East is disturbed area in the north, and even in the extreme south of the peninsula. In such condition, you can't have an economic hub. But Dubai made the best economic hub and shown to the world, which has attracted not only investments, but many of the MNCs have come and established their headquarters over here, regional headquarters. And we have seen a tremendous increase in the FDIs year on year, foreign direct investments coming in. When we want to enter into any new country, so we normally have to do a feasibility study of that region, create a project report for our item, and do market research. So these are the three basic things, homework we need to do before entering into a new region. But we have a formula that whenever we go any region, we check two parameters. We check how the hotels are doing and how the automobiles are doing. If these two are doing good, then we don't need to spend our money on the feasibility study. We blindly go there. And you can see how many hotels are in Dubai. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's about more than 180,000 hotel rooms. So I was talking to the CEO of Accor Group, which has more than almost 50 brands. Raffles, Sofitel, Pullman, Novotel, Ibis, and many other Luxuria. So there are almost 50 brands. And the CEO told me they inaugurated one magnificent hotel in in a iconic city of India, which is Udaipur. It's one of the best tourist destination in the world. It was in I think 2020, and he told me our Accor group has 50 hotels in entire India, and we have more than 50 in only in Dubai. And those hotels are huge hotels in Dubai. So this shows the faith of the world, what Dubai has instated in the investors, in the tourists, in the business houses. And now what I see, that we always used to say that Dubai is a city of gold. And now Dubai is a city of golden visa as well. So, this transformation and continuous evolution, that is the key essence of Dubai's growth. Ups and downs are always there in the life. Economic downturn happens, again the peak we see. And our personal observation, whenever the region has gone into recession, may it be and every 10 years something or the other happens and the economy has a dive. But our observation says that after every dive in the economy, it has attained a new height. If you see year on year, every decade you see that it has attained a new height. Properties, an apartment, single apartment worth 200 million, 300 million, but never heard before. I can buy a small area in Dera 40 years back in 200 million. And now we are talking one single apartment. And the investors are there. So this has attracted the UHNIs, ultra high net worth people around the world, to settle in Dubai. The safety Dubai offers is unparalleled. One of my friend, he came to Dubai and he said that upon my arrival, I was really just checking my ears because I can't hear any banging, honking of the horns in the car. Because in India, it's very common. When you are on the road, you continuous. Your one finger is on the horn. So here he says that nobody horns. So the discipline in everything, what we do, in traffic, of course, you need really deep pockets to violate traffic fines. So, but that has maintained the traffic and everything, what we see. Dubai has a fantastic ecosystem, which is right now as a role model for many countries and many cities to adopt. In 2017, I was invited by the president of Cuba. I went to Havana to deliver a lecture in a conference of innovation. Raul Castro, the brother of Fidel Castro, he was the president, and there was a conference on innovation. And I went there and I gave a presentation on innovation Dubai style. So like Dubai has its own style of innovation. People who are a regular visitor to Dubai, maybe let's say 3-4 times in a year, when they arrive, they said something was here is missing right now. And suddenly something has come up. So that's a rapid pace of construction and rapid pace of evolution happening. Even when the world was under economic turmoil after 2008, none of the infrastructure project in Dubai stopped. The entire Khel Road was developed in that era. So it has a continuous evolution. And we are always thinking that what next? What next? And every what next is a surprise. Every what next is a bigger than the previous one. Every what next is something unbelievable. So this is what the story of Dubai and the story of leadership, which has played a very crucial role in the making of the city called Dubai. And I'm sure, all the some of the alumni are here who are already in the respective position in the society, and the graduates of this year, may you go into any leadership position, copy the model of Dubai, learn from the model of Dubai. Because I did my PhD, and my research was on the impact of a good situational leader in an organization. In an organization, you have a leadership at different level. So let's say if we talk about a construction industry, labor leader is a supervisor. Above him is a manager. Above him is a general manager. Then comes a director, then comes managing director, then comes a chairman, and many layers in between as well. Now, if that, every position, if you have a good leader, what is the impact on that organization? Because the leader has a characteristics. If I'm walking alone, I'm not called leader. If somebody is following me, then I'm called leader. So followers are the defines the leader. But a good leader does not make followers. Good leaders make leaders. And that's what, we see, that everything evolving, everything happening is adding something to our leadership skill. I am very grateful and thankful to Dr. Anas for inviting me over here on a very auspicious club with the celebration of 53 years of National Day. And I had the honor to meet His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid in the palace. I was invited on Ramadan iftar. About 200 businessmen around the UAE the country were invited, and I had the privilege to be there. And I told His Highness, Your Highness, I can't see the end of your horizon. It's so wide. So, and that in the same event, I had an honor to meet His Highness Sheikh Hamdan bin Mohammed, the Crown Prince of Dubai. And when I told him that, Your Highness, we are here since 1958, so he said, it's more than my age. Then he said, stay more. I said, sure, Your Highness, with your blessings. One more thing, I had an honor to meet His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed in Abu Dhabi. And that was the event of Zayed Sustainability Award on 16th of January 2023, last year. In that event, there were 11 head of states along with His Highness. And Sustainability Awards is one of the very iconic awards given in Abu Dhabi. So there are a lot of dignitaries in that event. And while the event was about, when it got over and His Highness was leaving, I told the protocol officer that I want to greet His Highness. There were hundreds and hundreds of people standing there. He didn't allow anyone, and he allowed me to go. So when I met His Highness, I told him that, Your Highness, we are here since 1958. Then I told His Highness that, Your Highness, we have the same love for this land as any patriotic Emirati has. Because right from our childhood, we have been grown up in Dubai. And of course, I went out for my education, but every 6 months I had to come here because my visa is almost from my birth. So this love and affection, not only in my heart I feel, but I can see in all the expats living over here. That sense of belongingness. And many thanks to the UAE nationals who have been open-heartedly welcomed 200 nationalities. It's not an easy job, but that's the generosity of the UAE nationals and the rulers and the leadership who has made this thing happen. And I say that when I summarize in one word, I see that the UAE is a melting point of all the cultures in East and West. So every culture, you will find it over here. one more time I had honor to meet His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid. I told, Your Highness, for some place Dubai is second home. For some place Dubai is first home. But we consider Dubai as our only home. That kind of belongingness we always have with Dubai, and we are attached with this. I'm honored and privileged as a chairman in Dubai Chamber for the entire building material group, which is one of the largest in the economy. Almost 7,500 companies registered in the building material category in Dubai Chamber, and DET as a license as a building material. And I'm on board since last 23 years in this group. And currently Big Five is parallelly going on, and we have seen it growing leaps and bounds every year. I just told today, one of the organizers that now I feel the alleys are getting shrinked. That many stalls have increased. So in the concourse also, there are many stalls which I didn't find few years back. So that kind of representation of every sector is happening in Dubai. Earlier, we used to go to Hanover in Germany for exhibitions, and many other, Frankfurt, to China. And now Dubai has become the best destination for exhibitions. And to the exhibitors around the world, the manufacturers around the world gather, and that attracts a lot of visitors, and many of them convert into businesses in Dubai. So with this note, I would like to reinstate my gratitude to Abu Dhabi University and especially to Dr. Anas for making it happen. And all what I told is a reflection of my heart. Thank you very much.